Hi, today is 22/02/2022, 22nd of February 2022. And basically it is a very auspicious number and a very high frequency energy portal that we are experiencing today. This portal has mainly got to do with relationships of all kinds. However, last night in my live channeling, I received the information that today's energy will also be very high creative energy. So what I've done is I have compiled a set of questions to ask my higher dimensional beings, whoever will come through today. Yes, it is true that in numerology, the energy around relationships is important, all kinds of relationships and bonds and unions. When some of the other psychics and channelers have spoken about divine, they are truly referring to source energy, greater consciousness, that consciousness which is all of us, which basically means that you can tap into the greater consciousness more easily today. You can, as we have said on a previous occasion, you will be able to see sightings of extraterrestrials today. If you wish to do so, you will be able to have much more vivid communication with your guides and ancestors today. And because of this reason, because it is about unity, today's energy is truly about unconditional love and unity. 2 is a relationship number. It's also a duality number. However, today it's about the unity of duality. So understanding that, for example, we all have light and dark, but together it's a whole. We all have masculine and feminine, but together we are whole. So it is much more about the duality and the union of duality. The creative energy comes through that which happens during acts of bonds being formed, bonds and closeness, and especially much more intimate relationships. There is a sense of creativity, and that is the point of having, for example, romantic relationships. It's not just a close bond and companionship, but also the creation process, creating more human beings or more beings that can experience perspectives at this time on your planet. So the creative energy is very much connected to that sacral chakra and everything connected to that. However, it is not only connected to this area, and we will speak about this later when you ask about it. It is also about harnessing and really connecting with that sacral chakra today and harnessing that creative energy that is within you, really allowing yourself to empower yourself with this energy. And in the creative process, you will be able to really get in touch with your spirit guides and be in closer contact with those in other worlds. So we really wanted to make sure that you understood that this is not only about earthly relationships. And yes, you can manifest the relationships and how you want your relationships to be, what you want out of relationships. This is definitely part of the manifestation you can do today, and it would be a very strong manifestation of these energies So please go ahead and do manifest that, and do work on relationships today, and do be kind to people, and do be of service today. We also wanted you to realize that you can use this energy to also form stronger bonds with your spirit guides, your higher self, as well as others like us, higher dimensional beings, benevolent extraterrestrials, and as well as you can definitely also manifest the business partnerships and all of those things. But we would really like the focus to be more on divine partnership, on creating closer bond with greater consciousness. Thank you for that question. Again, it comes back to connecting with greater consciousness, to source energy. We would advise you to really try to be in a relaxed state today. It is more important than ever to regulate your emotions. It is good to have higher vibrational emotions and keep your vibrations high and frequencies high, as we have suggested last night. And in order to clear the blockages that you are speaking of, three-dimensional attachments, deep attachments, the first way to do this is to connect with a greater consciousness. Once you are connected, you can either work through the Akashic records, or you can go on a journey with your guides, or you can just ask for guidance. Use any of these methods to be allowed to be shown the way to which blockages there are, and perhaps they will not come up clearly because perhaps there are too many, but allow the blockages to come up in a symbolic format or a much more abstract way, whether you feel, see, hear, or know, but allow these blockages to be perhaps held in one container. You could, for example, in a visualization, this is just an example, you can place all your blockages inside of a box, and the blockages can be represented in a specific way. For example, a heavy weighted ball, some kind of weight that's dragging you down, and you are placing it all in one container, in one spot, and then you can clear this energy just as you would clear yourself. For example, beam of white light, scanning your whole body, obliterating all blockages. But in this case, you can do that to yourself, but then also obliterate the blockages in this chest or container that you have put it in. This is one very practical and visual method that you can use to obliterate or clear these deep blockages. Be creative today. It's a really, really high energy for creation. So use any creative manner that you want to use. You employ your imagination to clear these blockages in a way that resonates with you. Okay, clearing blockages in all lifetimes and all dimensions. You can utilize a very similar strategy as the one we described in the question before. However, in this case, we would make one big change. We would ask you to connect to your higher self, have a strong connection, and with your higher self, have a container or whichever creative way you want to visualize or hear or feel or know this energy, but in the example that we used, you and your higher self will together take the container and then see yourself gathering it out of the cosmos, out of the universe. Imagine it, the cosmos, as you will, and perhaps see your higher self, your whole self, and any blockages that may be residing in your higher self. So you can clear the blockages in the container while your higher self helps you and you help your higher self to collect all of the blockages and then zap them, obliterate them in this way. Or you can scan your higher self with a beam of light, beam of energy, and obliterate the blockages. The most important thing to remember in whichever creative way you decide to clear these blockages is intention. Remember the intention. Have a very, very clear intention about what you are doing in clearing the blockages. Okay, so for those people that are seeking their life path and are unsure about the life path, today's energy is very good for shining the light onto your path and helping you to see it clearly. There is an exercise that you can do. Get yourself still and calm and comfortable and in a relaxed state, a mindful state, a meditative state. Then again, we are going to give you a visualization. However, you can be creative with this and use whichever methods work for you. So imagine two paths, and on one path is one thing that you're passionate about and love, and on the other side is another thing that you're passionate about and love, which you maybe up to now have felt this might be, but perhaps you're not sure. This might have something to do with my life path. So visualize each of these in great detail and think about what they mean to you. Okay, so there are those two paths. Then allow yourself to see a third path and then go down the third path and through a tunnel almost. Perhaps it's created by trees, but it's a kind of tunnel, a space that you walk through. Perhaps it is a canyon. Whatever works for you. Walk through this kind of tunnel, and when you get to the other end, you will find your true passion, your true purpose, your true calling, and you will be able to experience this visually, auditory, knowingly, or in a clairsentient manner with feeling. Allow yourself to receive the information in whichever way is most natural for you to receive it. And then if you need clarity about what the information means, perhaps you are given images or messages in another form that you do not understand, ask for clarity, be specific, keep asking. So just because the first time you did not understand doesn't mean that's the end of the story. Please be specific and be clear in your intentions. So it is in this third path that you will find the true answer. And it is not to say that the other passions are not important, but perhaps they are more, the best way we can put it is that the path that is the third choice, that is the true path, encompasses quite possibly these other passions. And from this, you can decide and realize and see which of the three paths that are before you would be most beneficial or actually would most resonate with you. It would resonate with your frequency because it aligns with you. And the most important thing is do not limit it. What sometimes happens in this third path is that people see something and go, oh no, that can't be, I can't do that. Do not limit yourself and do not limit the vision. Allow whatever comes through to come through. Be open and allow yourself to dream, imagine, and really, really, really allow yourself to believe that anything is possible. Be completely open to the experience. The creative expression, activity, mindful exercises that will be most beneficial for you today, for each individual in fact, is the one that is most in line with your path. If you do not know what your path is or are unsure, please use the previous method to help you determine what this path is. Then think about all the projects or activities that is in line with this. Anything that you've been thinking about doing that perhaps have not felt confident or have felt the time is not right or anything like that, utilize this energy today to help you take that project out and tackle it with all your fervor and passion. This will allow you to really make use of this energy and really activate your higher self and align with your highest path. So be very, very mindful and be very intentional, and please do keep using your intuition today. As we keep saying, the frequencies are very high today, so please do activities that will keep your vibrations high so that you can match this frequency. Okay, yes, this is correct. We have said that you can definitely be in closer contact with, have a contact experience today with an extraterrestrial being if this is something you wish to do. The first and most important part that you need to understand is that you need to believe that you will be able to see someone, and you need to have the intention and invite, welcome this experience. So this is a thing of the heart. This is something that you have to do in your heart space to really welcome these presences, and especially those that are perhaps more appealing to you, especially those that you perhaps dream about or think about a lot, and especially those that are connected with you personally. So yes, you can definitely have a contact experience. And on any day, you can do this. It's not only today. However, today, the energy is of such a high frequency that it will be much easier for you to activate this welcoming message, if you like. So have that feeling in your heart of welcoming those who would like to show themselves to you. Expect, have faith, trust that they will be able to be visible to you. And then there are two ways in which you can do this. One is in meditation or in journeying. Journeying would be the most beneficial. Putting on some music, higher frequency music that matches the frequencies today. We recommend a frequency of 777 hertz because this is very much in line with the types of frequencies that will be out there today. A divine frequency. And then allow yourself to be taken on a journey. And this is especially if you are not able to go outside. The second way is to go outside and sky gaze. Sky gaze. You can decide whether you want to do this in the day or at night. It will not matter which time of day it is. But get yourself in that relaxed, mindful state. Get yourself into that relaxed state, connecting with nature, feeling grounded, and allowing yourself not to worry about past and future. Because if you start worrying about the past or start worrying about what you still have to do and still have to accomplish today, this exercise will not work. It is only in being completely in the moment, losing all sense of time, expecting coming from a place of love, wanting to see your star brothers and sisters, wanting to see your star family. It's only in this way that you will see them physically. You may also ask to, at night before you go to bed, to have a contact experience and set that intention. And you will have the contact experience in your dreams or what may seem like a dream. So it is up to you how you would like to experience it, but all of these are possible. Just the intention, the expectation, and the welcoming, loving feelings are the three main factors. Okay, yes, you will, the same way, you will be able to have a much more vivid and clear contact experience today. You will also be able to speak to your higher self, spirit guides, and ancestors today in a much more vivid fashion. This is definitely true. And again, we urge you to get into a relaxed state, in a meditative state, to be able to connect with them. However, you can also connect with them during creative activities, as we have mentioned. But it's your state of mind and your state of being that is important. It is in losing all sense of time, being in the moment, and truly coming from a place of love and wanting to connect. And then you have to set the intention of who it is that you want to meet. If you want to meet a spirit guide, ask for that spirit guide, which would be most beneficial for you to meet today and have the most important messages for you today to come forward. The same with an ancestor. And then when you want to meet your higher self, connect to your heart space, activate all your chakras, especially also your solar plexus, so that you can connect to your inner strength and connect through your solar plexus to your higher self. You can either feel the presence or hear the presence or see the presence of your true self, your soul self, your whole self. And there are numerous ways and methods that people have utilized. For example, having beautiful doors and them appearing from the door, the higher self appearing through, from the doors when they open up, or just by calling forth your higher self directly into the space where you are. There are many, numerous ways. Connecting with your higher self would probably be the most special to connect to. We would advise you to connect to your higher self first and then try to connect with a spirit guide or an ancestor or an extraterrestrial. So this would be the best way to do that. Yes, there is a very strong sacral chakra activation today. It is connected with love chemicals in the human body, and it is also connected with the creative energy of the universe, and that connection is best experienced through this sacral portal. However, there is also the activation of the heart chakra today, which is very important, because today's energy is very much that of unconditional love from greater consciousness, from source. So in this way, it is important to use that unconditional love to connect with loved ones, to foster relationships. But this relationship is also with yourself, with you and your higher self, with you and your spirit guides and ancestors, and of course with a greater consciousness, as we've said before. We would actually advise you to try and activate all of your chakras. If you know how to do this, activate all of your chakras for the best experience, and then work through the heart space to have your experiences. The sacral chakra is a very key energy today. And it's for this reason that you received a download into your sacral chakra yesterday and not into your heart. Just purely because this chakra, if connected to the heart chakra today, as well as other key chakras, but especially the heart chakra. So use your heart and your sacral today in conjunction for the best use of energy. No matter what type of union it is, you can use this energy in this way today. Unconditional love is the most powerful force in the world, and that's why today is such an important day. Unconditional love heals all, no matter if it's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. So it is a very, very important energy, and healing relationships also form part of this. So it is, in fact, because of the energy and frequency of unconditional love in and of itself that exposing yourself to this frequency, exposing yourself to these vibrations in some way, and advancing that connection, making that connection more powerful through high vibrational living today, that will activate it naturally, and you do not necessarily have to do anything from your part, from your side, except perhaps some intention setting, intentional work that you want to do. But for the most part, just being aware and raising your frequency and connecting to this energy, just being open to the energy, will already do a lot of work and a lot of healing. You can further enhance this by setting certain intentions of, for example, healing. And you can further enhance this by focusing on specific relationships or specific unions. Okay, Divine Feminine will be easier to connect to through most of the activities that we have suggested today. The meditation, the creativity, and anything mindful, but for the most part, for the Divine Feminine, connecting to your creative energy, creative source, as well as working intuitively and working on nurturing yourself. This will activate, and also being aware of your sexual power. So this will activate your Divine Feminine. For the Divine Masculine, to activate this, also connect to the creative energy. This is a different type of creative energy, much more forceful type of energy. Connect to that. Connect to your strength, your inner strength, your authority, your sovereign power as a individual being, and as that is connected to source. Also employ active activities. So the exercise that we have suggested to be done today, that will definitely help you connect to that Divine Masculine, whether it is running or whether it is some sort of energy exercise like Qigong, Tai Chi, and that type of thing. Yoga will be more in line with your feminine, but especially martial arts or running or swimming, these will be much more beneficial for your Divine Masculine today. It is also a good idea to focus on the foods that you eat for your Divine Masculine today, feeding those foods, allowing yourself to have foods that will empower you, make you feel empowered. Again, try to focus on raw, healthy fruits and vegetables. nuts and seeds will definitely be more beneficial for the masculine energy. So allow the nuts and seeds to be consumed and take in that energy. Also, masculine energy is about getting things done, and the way to balance these two energies is to, in the activities that you do, especially when you are engaging in the creative activities, the creative activities that you engage in will most benefit both the divine masculine and the divine feminine, as well as connect you with the other beings and entities that you wish to connect with. In the creative activities, the action of doing combined with the intuitive nature and just being in the moment. Being in the moment is important for both masculine and feminine. But the act of creation is one that usually happens with both masculine and feminine energy. So therefore, creative activities, a complete creative activity will be the best way to access this. Of course, also unions between lovers will also aid this today. However, it needs to be in a very sacred and loving environment, very sacred and loving intentions. We just want to say one more thing about the divine, balancing the divine, masculine and feminine. And this is through living in flow, allowing yourself to flow from one to the other and not just get stuck on one type of energy today. So do not only take action and act in a powerful manner and that, but also connect to the intuition, also connect to that softness. So you need to flow from one to the other, and then, as we said, in a creative activity you can encompass both. Thank you for asking all of those questions. We hope that it helped and that many of you will be able to understand and receive it into your hearts, and that you will make a success of what is left of today. For some, you still have the whole day, and some have got less of the day. But whatever portion you have left, we know that you can make the best of it. And just have fun, and do not forget your playful side today. It is important. A very important part of creation is to be playful. So please do not neglect playfulness today. And a childlike expectancy of wonderful things. So enjoy the day, have a good day, and keep those frequencies up. Thank you very much for listening. We are very happy to have been here with you and been able to give you answers. Thank you very much.